Hey everybody, yo, welcome back. I hope everybody's feeling good, I hope everybody's doing great. Yo, we're about to finish off this part 1 of the Prince Family documentary. So if you guys know it, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
I looked at it and I'm like, no, this can't be real. I text my mom like, hey mom, you know, this stuff is coming out of me, it won't stop, what do I do? She was like, Bianca, you need to get in the car now and you need to come home. Then we went to the doctor, and on the way to the hospital, I texted Damien, I called Damien, he wasn't responding. I believe he was playing basketball or something, and when I got to the hospital, they was like, you're 1 centimeter dilated and you can't leave. There's no way we can stop this labor because your water has already broken.
What?
And I'm like, I was 32 weeks pregnant, and at that point, I mean, there was nothing I could do about it. He was gonna come regardless. I was scared for my life because a baby's not full term until like 36 weeks, more like 40 weeks. And I was just like, how is he gonna survive this? They were like, it's okay, we're gonna have the NICU team ready in place. Whenever you deliver the baby, we're gonna take him immediately, put him on all this other stuff. And at 3:37, Monday, February 9th, I delivered my first child, and I didn't even get to hold him.
He was 2 months premature. He was in ICU for 2 months. And in order for us to, we couldn't take, like when he was born, we couldn't take him home or anything. And like every day, if we wanted to see him, we had to literally go to the hospital.
They let me take a picture with him, and they took him away immediately. Actually, when he was born, he was 4 pounds, 5 ounces. And when I first seen him, he was hooked up to, excuse me. When I first seen him, he was hooked up to all these cords, and he had tubes going in his nose. I don't know if it was my fault. I blame myself for having him early, because I was the one carrying him. I went to go see him every single day. I was in school, I was working, I was doing everything. And
that's terrible.
Still,
you can't blame yourself, Ma, you know.
I went to go see him every day by myself, reading him books, talking to him, holding him skin to skin to try and make him get better, because I'm staring at this baby that I created and there's nothing I could do to help him.
I wanted my son to be at the crib with me, but Bianca, she wanted DJ to be with her, and I wanted him to be with me. So she said, skip it. She packed her stuff, her and DJ stuff, and she ended up moving with me in my apartment that I had.
So I brought DJ home in March, and then a month later, because my birthday had passed and I was 18. So
yeah, because she's like March, what, 16th,
packed
right?
my stuff and I just left. And when I moved in with him, you know, life was good, DJ was good, everything was good. And then we started kind of to hit rock bottom.
I ended up getting fired from Little Caesars because they found out we had a baby together.
Dang. But y'all had 2 different stores though.
They ended up firing me, so, you know, I had no choice but to get it, you know, on my own. And at the time I started gambling, things was like really good for me. I was making probably like a lot of money. It was probably like anywhere between like $7,000 to $8,000 a week. I was getting that money from online, like gambling and stuff, like betting like these sports games and stuff like that, because I was really good at, you know, predicting what was gonna happen. I got addicted to gambling, and I ended up like losing like all my money. And then, you know, I have a job, and I couldn't even pay my bills no more.
Didn't have no money. I remember one day he told me, he was like, we just have to go. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We have to go. He was just like, we just gotta pack our stuff and we just have to go. And we just packed everything up in one day, put it all in a U-Haul truck, and we just sat in the U-Haul truck for the longest time, and we're thinking to ourselves, like, where are we gonna go?
Only thing I had left to my name was $1,000. I started to get behind on my rent. And so when it was time to renew my lease, the lease office was like, they said, either way it go, you gotta get out of here. I said, why? They said, because you made too many late payments, whatever. I paid my rent, but it was always late.
We actually went into this motel. It was in New Haven. Right when you turn left, it was the first motel on the left. We asked them, do they have any, you know, rooms available? And they said yes. They gave us one room. I still remember the room that we was in. I remember the room. I remember what it looked like. I remember what it smelled like. It was a nasty smell. It just motels, they just stink.
It was one bed motel, just me, Bianca, and DJ. We all slept in the same bed and stuff.
It didn't really have nothing in it, and we was living in it for, I think, a couple weeks.
The hotel cost us $400 a week, and only had $1,000. So the first week, $400, second week, $400. Only had $200 left. And so that week, that third week, I had to figure out what it is I was gonna do next.
Bro, that's crazy.
So, you know, it got to the point where that $200 ended up gone. And Bianca, she had got a job though, like that same week.
I remember we had got approved for this one apartment. When we got approved for this one apartment, we didn't have nothing but a bed.
Wow. You know, it's better than not having anything at all. But we still had no money because, like, you know, like later down the line, we was able to pay our rent. I was even working at the time. I lost all my money. Got fired from my job. I ain't have nothing. So Bianca, she would take care of me and my kids.
And I was the only one working, and our rent was, I believe, like $484, $500 a month. I was only bringing $600 home every 2 weeks.
She was making enough to just pay the rent, but we still had no money. We was digging in the car for change, through the seats, through the couches. We was asking her parents for money all the time. Sometimes he'd be like, oh, I only have like $10. He'll give us $5. He'll keep the other $5. We started sharing cheeseburgers and stuff. You know, it got to the point where we was sharing meals. I still was hungry. We still was hungry, but we had to like save like our $2 or $3 for tomorrow, for we can make sure we straight the next day.
And since I was the only one working and, you know, busting my butt, it was really hard. But then, you know, we came back up.
One day, Little Caesars, they called me back. They were just like, hey, Dane, we want to give you a job again, but this time we want to pitch you at a different store because you can't be at the store you came from where Bianca was working at.
Right, that's good.
Like, okay, cool.
That's awesome.
So they hired me back in as a co-manager. So right off gate, I was on salary. Things were smooth. And then the store I started working at, this girl worked there, but she liked me, but she had a boyfriend. But I didn't care if she had a boyfriend or not. I was with Bianca, you know what I'm saying? She told her boyfriend that I disrespected her or something. Her boyfriend came up to my job with somebody else when I was inside working, and they scratched up my charger.
Dang.
They keep my car. So, you know, I was like, all right, cool. And next time I seen them, I knew what it was. My dude was like, hey. They was like, hey, what's his face up front, whatever, they up front. I went up front, I said, oh, what's good, nigga, woo. I was like, hold up real quick. So I went to clock out, because I didn't want to fight when I was on, I didn't want to get into a fight when I was on the clock.
Nah, man, you should, bro, come on, man.
My shirt off, what's good, nigga, woo. I was about to fight one of the dudes. You feel me? But his friend was acting like they was about to jump me. I said, all right, hold up, stay right here. So I went to grab my gun out the car. They acted like they was trying to jump me, so I went to grab my gun.
You got fired?
Niggas started crying, bro. I called the cops on me and shit. Police came. Then I had a meeting like the next day with the owners of Little Caesars and then her mom. I ended up getting fired, bro. I got fired 2 times from Little Caesars now. It was like around tax time, and me and Bianca was getting our tax check. And you know, like at the end of the year, you get to like claim your kid and stuff, get like a little bigger check. When I moved with my dad, I sold my computers, I sold a lot of stuff because I needed some money. Right. So I had no choice but to pawn my stuff. So, you know, when I got a tax check, I was excited. You know, I bought a new computer. So I was on YouTube, just scrolling around. I was trying to figure out another way to like, you know, make money. Right. And I seen somebody on there, they were streaming NBA Live. I was like, these niggas over here streaming NBA Live, running ads. I was like, man, let me try this shit. So I did it. First night, gained like thousands of followers. And
bro, how, man? How? That's it's a blessing.
Money. I was like, oh, I made money off this. Let me do this some more. I was doing it every night. I did it so much, I started making like $2,000 or $3,000 a night. I got this little small check. Probably was like $20,000.
That's small? Yo, he wildin'. That's small, bro. $20,000. That is. Jesus.
And what happened was I got this first check. I was like, man, you know, nigga, I lost my car. Nigga, it's time to go get another car. So I love the Charger. So I went to go buy another Charger. And that's when I bought my red Charger. You know what I'm saying? I put like this huge down payment on my Charger. So like $10,000. The long story short, NBA wrote me a letter. They was like, listen, nigga, if you don't stop this right now, we gonna sue you. So I was like, oh, no. I ended up just stopping. So I had to find another source of income.
Right.
But before that time ended, I had another check that was supposed to come for like $30,000 the next month. But YouTube ended up shutting my channel down. Like that $30,000, it never came. But I was looking forward to that check. So it put me right back in the hole. I didn't spend all this money on this down payment for this car. This check I was supposed to get for $30K, it didn't come. So, you know, but what I did was, when I got that check for like $20,000, when I put that down payment on the car, what I did was I ended up buying more computers. I bought like 2 more computers, like 3 monitors and shit. So I had myself set up for anything, gaming, streaming, whatever it is I wanted to do, because I upgraded my equipment. Right. You know, so, you know, I had to find another way to make money. And I was telling B, I was like, I think we should do like this couple YouTube stuff. Because I knew about YouTube. You know, I think we should do this couple YouTube stuff, and she was like, no, I really don't want to be on YouTube, woo, woo, woo.
I remember sitting inside of the bedroom, Damien was inside the game room, and he came in the room yelling at me. I'm like, why are you yelling at me? He was like, I told you we need to do this YouTube stuff. There's other couples out here doing YouTube. We need to do YouTube.
Around this time, she was pregnant with Kyrie.
Oh.
She was pregnant with my second kid. And this is around the time me and her, we were just getting into it a lot, man, because money was just up and down, and you know, we wasn't for sure if we wasn't gonna have enough money for this, so it was all over the place.
At the time, I didn't want to do YouTube because I was shy of cameras. I was shy of seeing people. I was tired of people seeing who I was.
Right.
And he was just yelling at me, and I'm like, stop yelling at me.
I was just like, listen, NBA shut me down, and I'm not about to work no regular job ever again.
Right.
I just can't do it no more. And she was like, why? You need to get a job, we need to have money. And I just said, listen, YouTube is the wave. We need to make this happen.
And it came to a point in time where I'm like, you know what, Damien, you win. Let's do YouTube.
One day, you know, when she did YouTube, whatever, she was like, oh yeah, this is easy. I said, yeah, I know it is. And we made like $3 the first day.
That is great.
I'm like, all right, we did like we were doing reaction videos. The next day I was like, let's do 10 reaction videos. And then our money went up like $6. I said, yo, babe, if we start doing 15 videos a day, our money gonna keep going up. And we started doing 15 reactions a day, and we started doing challenges, and fast forward time, our first YouTube check ever was $18,000 for 1 month.
Jesus Christ, bro. Like, low key, I ain't gonna lie, like, I remember, cause I had seen this documentary when it first came out. And that's what, you know what I'm saying, we try to do, like, I try to do on both channels, I try to do like 10 to 15 a day. Maybe sometimes hit 20, 25, you know what I'm saying? It depends on the mood, but, you know.
So I guess I could say, or whatever, Damien was right. He was right about the reactions. He was right about the YouTube. He was right about everything, and I didn't want to believe him. He did tell me, he was like, you just have to believe in me.
Well, she was working full-time at the nursing home, and she cut her hours back at Little Caesars and working full-time doing 15 videos a day on YouTube. And I was like, shit, fuck it, Bianca, let's just quit your job, let's just go all in on YouTube. So shit, she was like, all right, cool. And then she quit her job, and then the money ended up coming, the $18,000 ended up coming, and then the second check on YouTube, our second check, was $100,000.
Jesus Christ, bro. 100,000. That's crazy.
Second check. We made $100,000 in 30 days on YouTube. And then after that happened, we was like, shit, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? She ended up quitting the nursing home, she ended up quitting Little Caesars, and we just went all in on YouTube. At first, she didn't really believe in the vision. Let's just say she believed in it now. For some reason, it was something about the increase in the bank account that made her a believer.
Right.
Made her a believer. I felt like everything we touched, you know, has been successful so far, and everything we did. And I felt like we wanted to take things to the next level. We wanted to kind of like upgrade. And, you know, me personally, I felt like music was, you know, the next challenge, the next phase.
So we started doing music, and once again, Damien was right. I have to give him his props because everything that Damien has told me, he was right.
I used to be a rapper back in that day, and but I felt like it wasn't the right time, you know. But I feel like now is the right time because, you know, I got my girl with me, you know. And that's how the song came about, Plays with My Bae.
I don't know. I never really see myself becoming into, you know, like becoming an artist, like actually like doing music. I remember he did like a couple songs way back then, and he showed me his music, and I was like, okay. He always told me, I'm gonna have a hit before I turn this on. I'm gonna have a hit before I turn this on. And I'm just looking at him like, you keep saying that, Damien. You keep saying that, when is it gonna happen?
Right.
Music ain't really work out by myself. Let's just do it together. And boom, our first song we did, called Plays with My Bae, that had 1 million views in 2 days. So we was just like, hold it real quick. Maybe we should start taking this music stuff seriously now. Because everything we do, it tends to be successful when we do it together.
Oh, okay, yeah, he gave me what I want, but half of it is mine. You know what I'm saying? I started actually like feeling myself, and I felt good.
Right.
You know, just being in the studio and saying lyrics that actually meant something to me.
I love my wife, and you know, I want to do everything with her, you know what I'm saying? And I don't need nobody else but her, you feel me? Her and my kids.
Catching plays all day with my bae. Blow a check with her every single day. Catching plays all day with my bae.
Hey, that's a vibe though. I ain't gonna lie though, but hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hey, Jamarcus and Sarita, I got y'all. I got y'all coming, yo. I got it. I got y'all. I seen in the comment section, y'all was like, I got all 3 parts coming, baby. You dig what I'm saying? But yo, I love you guys so much, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Please don't forget to check the links in the description box below, man. You guys have an amazing day. Adios, amigos. Peace.